Which expression is equivalent? All right, let's rewrite the original problem. So we got 2 to the power of 2 to the power of negative 1, and that's all over 2 to the power of 2. If you recall from our earlier exploration, whenever we have complex fractions like this, we want to simplify the numerator and the denominator before we try and simplify the whole fraction. So this is in fact where I'm going to start. So in the next step, when I have a power inside outside, I will multiply 2 times negative 1. So I'll write 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by negative 1. That's all over 2 to the power of 2. In our next step, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. So now I'm going to simplify that as 2 to the power of negative 2. Again, everything in the numerator is now simplified. Divide by 2 to the power of 2. Now we can simplify the whole fraction. And in the next step, 2 to the power of negative 2 divided by 2 to the power of positive 2. We will subtract the exponents because we're dividing. So I will write 2 to the negative 2 subtract, and the power exponent on the bottom is a 2. Now, negative 2 minus 2 will simplify as 2 to the negative 4. And I don't see 2 to the negative 4, so let's go ahead and take a moment to change this negative 4 exponent. Let's make it positive by first making this a fraction. And then this 2 to the power of negative 4 in the numerator will move to the denominator. So the next step after that is I'll draw my fraction bar. 2 to the negative 4 moved to the bottom, except that that negative 4 exponent moving to its reciprocal will become a positive 4. And then we'll conclude it by putting 1 in the numerator, and that's mandatory. So 1 over 2 to the power of 4 should be our answer. And I don't see that there. So I'm assuming that it's going to be this right here, but let's just take a closer look. 1 over 2 to the power of 4 is the same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 2 is 4. And then lastly, 4 times 4 is 16. So 1 over 2 to the power of 4 is in fact the same as 1 to the power of 16, which is correct. So the correct answer for this one is 1 over 16, or 1/16. Okay. Let's go on to the next example. Let's rewrite the original problem. Again, take it step by step. So I have 3 to the power of 0 in the numerator. In the denominator, I have 3 to the power of negative 1. That's all inside parentheses. And then we have an exponent on the outside. So according to order of operations, we're going to have to focus on what's inside the parenthesis. And what we're going to do is do 3 to the power of 0 divided by 3 to the power of negative 1. And when we have the same base and we're dividing, we'll subtract it. So inside the parentheses, I'm going to put 3 to the power of 0, subtract, and what I'm subtracting from the bottom is the negative 1. So watch out for that. There's actually going to be 2 negatives there. It's going to be subtract a negative 1. But recall, anytime you have a double negative like that back to back, that's actually going to switch to addition. So it's really 0 plus 1. Oops, I should probably finish off the parentheses. Sorry about that. Okay. I just close the parentheses and give it a power of 2. So back inside the parentheses, 0 plus 1 is going to give us 1. So in the next step, I'm going to write parentheses, 3 to the power of 1. Again, 0 plus 1 is 1. Close the parentheses, and then we have a power of 2. And now it looks relatively simple. Power inside, power outside, we're actually going to multiply 1 times 2. So I've got 3 to the power of 1 multiplied by 2. And then 1 times 2 is 2, so we have 3 squared. And that's going to be this one right here. But just to clarify, 3 squared is the same as 3 times 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So, yeah, 3 squared is the answer, but that simplifies to 9, or if they say evaluate, it's equal to 9.